Busy.
Mayor? Hello? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
You have to add this.
Jacob, I think you put your copy over there. The
Of the
add-on.
other thing?
I think it's next to Chris on the other
Okay.
side.
So I'm assuming we're adding this later?
Yeah, I guess during the street department section,
Okay.
probably after the,
Applications.
after the applications.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Mayor Chris Martin, calling to order the regular session of the Logan Sport Board of Public Works and Safety. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
roll call.
Adrian Grant,
Here.
Chris Martin,
Here.
Jacob Homicide.
We'll start with the approval of minutes for the September 4th, 2024 meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Jacob Homicide.
Yes.
Next is the approval of claims for $135,157.36. This includes claims for $55,541.14, grant claim for $62,036.22, TIF combined claim for $10,000, TIF discretionary claim $7,580. I'll make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
Second?
Call for question.
Jacob Homicide,
Yes.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. Next is public comment. Anyone in the audience who would like to make a comment, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for us, please. Seeing none, on to new business, electrical licenses for Michael Gust. All the information has been presented and is correct, so I will make a motion to approve the electrical licenses for Michael Gust.
Second.
Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Jacob Homicide.
Yes.
All right, next is the police department's monthly report for August 2024. Chief Yike. Good afternoon.
So for the month of August, we had 27,157 miles, 891 calls for service, 88 arrests, 65 citations, 305 warnings, 325 traffic stops. Criminal investigations has one active case, and they've closed 3. Cass County Drug Task Force investigated 9 cases, made 9 arrests, 5 methamphetamine-related, 1 heroin fentanyl-related, and 3 involving other criminal activity. In our traffic division, 12 VIN checks, 7 funeral escorts, 19 parking tickets, 33 parking warnings, tagged 13 vehicles, moved 6, 7 are still pending, 6 traffic stops, took 10 calls for service, and issued out 13 notices on trailer RVs and boats that were parked on the streets. Animal control had 40 calls within the city limits, 8 were unfounded, 18 animals taken to the shelter, it looks like 10 dogs and 8 cats. No bite cases. I know he's currently working on 3 for this month already. 4 city ordinances issued, 2 state citations, 3 written warnings, and 4 verbals.
Busy.
Busy month.
I'll make a motion to approve the police department's monthly report for August 2024.
Second.
Call for question.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Homicide.
Yes.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
All right, next up is the fire department's resignation request. Chief Miller. Good afternoon.
And then,
I'm asking the Board of Works and Safety to accept the resignation of firefighter Blake Gaylor. Blake has been with the department for 3.5 years. Blake has accepted a position in another career fire department, and attached is his resignation letter. And his resignation will be effective this Saturday, the 14th.
I'll make a motion to approve the resignation request for Blake Gaylor.
Second.
Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Palmesel,
Yes.
Adrian
Sorry.
Grant.
Yes.
Thanks, Chief. All right, next up is the Street Department's monthly report for August 2024. Tony?
For August, we hauled 360 loads of brush, picked up 80 loads of compost bags, took 15 loads of street sweepings out to the landfill. We recycled 2,740 pounds of metal. Spent 88 and a half hours filling potholes, 56 hours on alleys, and 48 hours painting. Spent 164 man-hours at doing cutbacks and 108 hours at the compost site. Had 3 emergency call-outs, 10 hours of overtime.
Busy as well. I'll make a motion to approve the Street Department's monthly report for August 2024.
Second.
Call for question?
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Jacob Palmesel,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. All right, next is city street closure request for the Horny Creek Beer, Wine, and Spirit Festival.
Yeah, I don't know, and George is welcome to come up and answer some questions. I question the need to close it from Friday to Sunday. I've also spoke with like D&J Liquors, who will be basically landlocked other than people have to come through an alley to use their business on Saturday. A couple other businesses, I've talked to Kitchell, I've talked to Rick Schroeder, I've talked to the Gray Mill. I also need a map showing where they want barricades placed. So my suggestion at this time would be to table it until next week. We still have time because this is until the 28th.
Okay, so the time of the event is at 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., George, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then, I guess, is there a reason for the length of the shutdown? Is it
Yes.
necessary to keep it that entire time?
We will need time to set up the stages. We're going to set up a stage on Fifth Street. So from the east-west alley on Fifth Street to Broadway, that will be open. Fifth Street will be closed to North Street. Then from 4th Street to 6th Street will be North Street, and just the 700 block of North Street. Like I said, our biggest concern is that we're able to have time to set up. I don't think we'd have adequate time to set up to get a flatbed trailer in there that we're going to use for stages, to get power and everything that we need to set up. It just wouldn't be, we'd have to start at midnight on Friday night to get everything set up.
Closed the weekend? Those are just 2 days? Oh, September 27th.
Chances are, we should have everything out of there, possibly, well, I'm gonna guess we'll have everything out of there by noon on Sunday. And we can go ahead and move all the barricades and set them off on the sidewalk or off to the side. That won't be a problem. This is something that Mayor and Deputy Mayor, I know you guys know that we've been working on this for a long time. And ticket sales have been a little sluggish, but we're partnering with the organization out of Indianapolis called Indiana on Tap. And they've been monitoring and watching our sales, and they're in charge of the sales, and they said that that's typical, that the vast majority of the sales of the beer, especially new beer and wine festivals, and this is the first one for us, don't come in to the last 10 days because people want it. It's an outside event. People want to see what the weather's like. We do have 10 beer vendors, 4 wine vendors, and 2, hopefully 1 more we haven't heard back from. He's kind of iffy if he wants to come, but spirit vendors. So excuse me, that'll be a total of 16.
Do you expect the vendors to set up in the morning? Is that the thought?
Yes, vendors will set up.
So then the night before, you are thinking you only need to close it down to do the stage and.
The stage.
So where are you planning to have this?
Tables.
Where are you planning to have the stage?
We're gonna have one stage, on North Street, facing east, just, inside of Sixth Street. And the other stage will be right at the alley on Fifth Street. Probably someplace either right at the alley or just north of the alley. We'll have two bands performing pretty much all day at the same time, and that's the reason that we set the stages so far apart and set them facing different directions so they wouldn't be competing with each other. If you have them both facing each other, then nobody's going to enjoy it. So,
Battle of the bands.
I'm sorry?
Battle of the bands.
Yeah, that'd be a good way to put it.
So the second one would be the alley there by, like the Gray Mill and Bonus Pines?
Yes,
or-
the alley that runs at the rear of Gray Mill and on the north side of Jim Knight's law office.
Okay, and which side would you be planning to have it on the side of Knight's office or the other side?
Preferably, we would like to have it, to be honest, we'd like to have it on the south side of the alley, right outside the Bonus Pines side door there on Fifth Street.
Plan to have it face down Fifth Street or face like from the parking stalls out or in the middle of the street, like looking down the street?
In the middle of the street looking down. And I believe it's in here also, we would like to, it takes a lot of equipment, for the beer vendors especially, to set up and a staging area. I think they put in there, we'd also like to use the parking lot there and to be the, what would it be, the southwest corner of, we'd like to use that as a staging area.
Okay.
Because like I said, it takes quite a bit of equipment for
Yeah.
a beer vendor to come. They'll each bring anywhere from 6 to 8 kegs, mini kegs. And then we need a place to store ice, because we have to provide them ice. We're figuring we're going to need between 12 and 15,000 pounds of ice for the event. So there's a lot of planning that is going into
Yeah,
this.
so would you mind if we table this for a week and maybe set a time to go down there and look at the areas that we're talking about and
No,
just make sure we're all on the same page on, the right time to close it, the right way to face it and all that kind of stuff so that
Absolutely, I'm good with that.
we don't have to come back and redo it.
Do you think there will be a problem? Because that's just going to put us a little over a week out from the event, and if there's going to be a problem, we probably need to know to let the vendors know, because it's not fair for them to plan. When I said there's a lot of planning there is for them too, because they've got to brew their beer, they've got to have everything in place. It's not like you can just go to a liquor store and buy 20 cases of beer and say we're having a beer fest. It's strictly microbrews. Everything is on tap, no Miller Lite, no Bud Light, nothing like that. So these guys put a lot of effort into pulling this together.
Yeah, I think we can make the whole thing work. I just don't want to do something right now without talking to some of the other folks and making sure that, we have all our T's crossed and I's dotted and, because you're wanting to shut it down Friday night at what time?
I would need to talk to the people that are going to be pulling the trailer down there and find out what time, and I'll ask and I'll have an answer next week.
Yeah, just trying to figure out the impacts, trying to minimize as much as possible the impacts of the other businesses there, and if that means we have to cut it back a couple of hours or, start it really early in the morning or whatever it is,
I understand. And like Tony said, the one that's going to be impacted the most is D&J, but it's a liquor store and it's a beer fest, so I wouldn't be a bit surprised if their business doesn't boom that day.
Increase, yeah.
Honestly, yeah, exactly.
I can't help it, because there'll be a lot of people that'll come, that'll come as a group, and not everybody likes craft beer.
Right.
They ought to give 10% off anybody comes in with a ticket or something, but, you know. Not my business. But yeah, let's table that for a week if that's all right, and then we'll circle up on our end and make sure that we got it all settled. So appreciate you coming today, George.
Not a problem.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm hoping it'll be a big success for you.
It's been I've been involved in many festivals, going back to the Iron Horse Festival days in the 80s. And this is a whole new monkey. This is
I could imagine.
something
I feel you.
that Lita Rouser and I are co-chairing it. And this has just been something that new for both of us.
We appreciate it. We like new things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, I'll make a motion to table the City Street closure request for Horny Creek Pier Wine and Spirit Festival for the 18th of September.
A second.
One quick thing, do all of you understand what Horny Creek is? And, okay, we posted a quick side story here. We posted it, we've been advertising it on Facebook. Facebook got a complaint, so they took our post down. Lita called Facebook and had a conversation with them and explained to them that we didn't just pick this name out of the air. There is a creek that runs through Logansport, just north of Memorial Hospital, and the name of it is Horny Creek. And back in the mid-1800s, there was a very prominent family, and one of the family members was a judge, Judge Horny, and the family lived there and in that area, and that's how they got the name Horny Creek. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe there's going back to the 1800s and early 1900s, there's a cemetery up there that is the Horny Family Cemetery in the Labyrinth. So it's not just something that we were trying to, it's not something we just picked out of the air. So we wanted something that had some significance to Logansport and something that would be marketable. And I think we did well with both.
Yeah, I think so, for sure.
All right.
Thanks, George.
Thank you.
If you guys need anything or have any questions, or if you could let me know when you meet down there, I'd be glad to meet down there with you.
Yeah, and we'll get a hold of you.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, George.
Have a great day, guys.
Thanks, you too.
We didn't vote on that, did we?
No, call for question.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Palmson.
Yes.
All right, next is applications for curb street cut. We've got Foltz Excavating at the corner of Park Avenue and Wheatland Avenue.
Yeah, this is to install a new sewer tap, new water line, and new storm tap for a quick shop that's going to go in there.
Finally.
Thank goodness. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the applications for curb street cut for Foltz Excavating.
Second?
Call for question?
Jacob Palmson,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
All right, Ricardo Construction, 1424 Chicago Street.
Yeah, this one was done last week, commission. We've kind of caught them up on that. I'm not going to ease up because they haven't fixed it yet. It's still gravel. They haven't fixed the sidewalk they tore out. And normally we get people 30 days, but if you're going to try to do this without a permit, you don't get 30 days. You need to get on it.
Exactly.
So I'm kind of staying on top of that one.
Good. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the applications for curb street cut for Ricardo Construction at 1424 Chicago Street.
Second.
Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Jacob Palmson.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Tony. Oh, do you want to stay for,
Yeah, we need to add,
I'll make a motion to add the Gray Mill
sidewalk.
City sidewalk closure request.
City Sidewalk Closure Request.
Say that 5 times.
To the agenda, yeah, exactly.
I'll second.
Call for question?
Jacob Palmson,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant.
Yes.
All right, so they're going to be doing some work along there, securing brick, and it's just more of a safety issue to keep the sidewalk closed off. The construction company worked well with me today, because we didn't have any of this paperwork. They got registered with the city, they got this paperwork, we got certificate of liability insurance. They did everything I asked them to do, because normally I wouldn't add it to the agenda like this, but it is a safety thing, and they were very cooperative, so I'm good with it.
Thank you for hiring cooperative people.
Can I make a comment?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I wish George would have stayed. I'm always a team player and a huge advocate of obviously fabulous, hard-worked community events. But they have told me they're probably going to be there for anywhere from a month to 2 months based on weather. I have currently a large lift. Tony came in just out of sheer luck on the right day. We found out that we had a miscommunication with who was taking care of the permit. So I do apologize for that, but I have a large lift. They're going to be pulling the parapet off, plus about another 3 to 4 feet of brick to replace rusted lintels. There's going to be other major machinery there. They're going to be working with masonry. So if I could suggest that we sternly advise George of a different location, because I personally do not feel comfortable, even with the sidewalk being closed, that a stage and drunk people be anywhere near that stuff.
Correct.
So I hate the timing, and Tony knows a little bit more about it and in my application. I have been on the wait list for over a year with Siakowski, and they were supposed to come the first week of August. They showed up on Monday, wanting to start today. And Tony came in to ask about, are you cool with the street closure for the festival? I said, well, normally I would be, but I am not. And I hate to do that, but I just think it would be in all of our best interest to find a different location, especially thinking this is an alcohol event. And because of the amount of walkers, we already just today saw so many people walking through that. They weren't working today, but I would appreciate everybody just kind of keeping that in your forefront.
Absolutely.
The decision.
Yeah, maybe we can find some more significant barriers or something, because no
They
matter what we
actually
put
put
that,
him away. Yeah, they had him out, and they put him away when Tony came by, and, we didn't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
They weren't going to start today anyways. They're pretty significant. I mean, they're very full-bodied. But you guys know exactly the type of citizens that I'm talking about that just make themselves at home and really are going wherever they want. So I think liability-wise, we all need to be concerned about not only them, those pedestrians, but these festival.
Absolutely.
And I just so apologize.
No, you're.
I did not think that this timing was going to coincide. They were supposed to be done by the end of September if they came in August, so it wouldn't have mattered. Thanks,
Well,
guys.
you have to give us
Appreciate
time to work with them and figure out the best thing for everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
thanks,
okay,
Molly.
perfect.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much
Thank you,
for
Molly.
Taking the time for me today too, and I apologize for the inconvenience.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the city sidewalk closure request for the Gray Mill.
I'll second.
Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Jacob Palmacet.
Yes, thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it.
All right, board member comments. Adrian?
I don't have anything this week.
Okay. Deputy?
Man, 23 years since 9/11, 2001. A lot of stuff to think about. I earlier today watched the ESPN thing on the guy in the red bandana who was a former lacrosse player that got noticed for going in and saving about 20 people himself that day before the tower came down on top of him.
Wow.
And, it's just a lot of stories like that come out today, and just love to think of the heroes
Absolutely.
and on a day like today. So,
Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, thank you, police and fire, for all you do as well. All right, miscellaneous business and any matters not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns. All right, seeing none, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
second.
Call for question.
Adrian Grant,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Palmacet.
Yes.
We are adjourned. Have a great